How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be ranking every single Adventures of Tintin story. Yeah, let's just jump right into this. Alrighty, so first up we have The Shooting Star. Pretty basic story in my opinion, just a race for a meteor. I'm gonna put it at C. Secret of the Unicorn, pretty impactful, pretty epic, pretty satisfying. It goes in at least B. They based the Tintin movie off it and made it like just even more captivating in some aspects. Um, Red Rackham's Treasure. This one's amazing. This used to be my favorite at one point. This probably goes at S. It's like the perfect adventure. Haven't read it in a while. Destination Moon, one of my all-time favorites. This book is so detailed. The Calculus Affair. Yeah, I appreciate this story a little bit more and more over the years. Decent espionage, good tension and stuff. It belongs in at least A or B. A or B. I don't love it as much as most, but it is pretty fun to watch. I'm gonna put it at top of B. Red Sea Sharks. This was the first Tintin story I ever read. It does a lot of things so well. It goes in at least A, potentially S. Um, I like its message about refugees, and it tries to bring in a lot of different antagonistic forces. And yeah, I think it deserves S. Yeah. Tintin in Congo. This is a very fun story to read. I like the animalistic depictions. Um, I think yeah, it's very fun to read. The Castafury Emerald. This is a decent story. I like Calculus's sort of invention of the television bit. I'm gonna put it in A. Yeah. Flight 714. This might be the worst Tintin story. Yeah, I never liked this one. I'm going in either D or C. D or C. Probably end of C. Yeah. Tintin and the Picaros used to also be one of my favorites. Hergé getting very political. It shoehorns in a lot and interesting message about alcohol. I'm gonna have to put it in S. Tintin in America. This story is just okay. Interesting depiction of, I guess, Chicago and Native Americans a little bit. Um, it's okay. I'm gonna put it in B. And then Cigars of the Pharaoh. This story is good. It's expeditious. It's fun. I think it deserves to be an A. Blue Lotus, good camaraderie, very interesting mystery. I think that deserves to be an A. The Broken Ear. It's an interesting mystery. Was not too big a fan of it. I'm gonna put it in B. Yeah. And then we have the Black Island. One of my first stories. It's kind of simple, but it does a lot of things really well. Um, but yeah, Destination Moon definitely deserves to be an S tier. We have Explorers on the Moon. Like, it's not as good, but like it has like interesting symbolism about like entering space and like losing your senses and like a sort of family unit and like just Destination Moon. Everyone got to explore their strengths, and it was so scientific. Yeah, King Ottokar's Scepter, pretty interesting lore building. I'm gonna put it in C, top of C. Crab with the Golden Claw. This is iconic, awesome story. Probably the top end of A. Yeah, great stuff. Lake of Sharks is a bit forgettable. I saw it for the first time like 6 years ago. Kind of forgettable. Top of C. I think Land of Black Gold is really good. Really interesting story about gold. Yeah, not gold, about oil. Sorry. Um, and then Prisoners of the Sun, pretty interesting depiction of like um, an eclipse. I'm gonna put it in lower half of B. Tintin in the Land of the Soviets. This one's kind of okay, interesting adventure. I'm gonna put it in top of C. It's not that good. Seven Crystal Balls has really interesting symbolism. I'm gonna put it in A. And then Tintin in Tibet, absolutely iconic stuff. I'm gonna put it in S tier. Alright, guys, that is my list ranking of Tintin stories. I'm surprised that they didn't have what's it called? All right, guys, that was my ranking. I'm surprised they didn't have Tintin and Alphard in it. I think Alphard was a really interesting symbolic idea, but it was unfinished. If I had to pick a favorite out of those, it would definitely be Destination Moon. It was ahead of its time. It was so accurate to real life. It blurred the lines between science fiction and reality. We got to see Calculus be at his best and how Calculus could kind of represent like an older version of Tintin. Great action, great comedy between the three of them and Haddock. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.